Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mike with the GFY Social Club, and today's episode is brought to you by Anchor.fm. Now, I know what you're asking me. Hey, stupid, what the hell is Anchor.fm? Well, I'll tell you. It's the easiest way to make a podcast, you dummy. That's right. First off, it's free, so you cheap bastards don't have to worry about getting involved in another subscription service. Yeah, they make it super simple for you. They have creation tools right there on the app and the website that are pretty much idiot-proof, you know, just in case you're like Greg and I and you like to have a couple of adult beverages while recording your podcast. Makes it super easy to get it recorded, get it edited, and get it out there. Then what they'll do is they'll distribute it for you. Yeah, to places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. There's a whole list of them. It's right there on the app and the website. You can see it for yourself. Best part of all, guys, is that you can make money with your podcast, and it needs no minimum listenership. Yeah, anywhere from like $1 million to 15 cents, which is more like our budget. But hey, you know what? It's 2020 and money's money. Am I right? You know it. So anyways, here's what I need you guys to do. Get off your lazy asses. Go download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor.fm to get started today. Get that podcast up there and going. And if anybody else comes up to you and says, hey, Anchor.fm isn't the place to go, like we say here in the clubhouse, tell them to go themselves. That's right. Anchor.fm.
Warning, the views and opinions expressed on the GFY Social Club podcast are solely that of the host and people with a sense of humor. It is intended for purposes of entertainment. Although we do not aim to offend, if you do find yourself offended at any portion of content during this show, the GFY Social Club would like to sincerely tell you to go yourself.
Oh, yeah. That's right. GFY Social Club, episode 11. Thirsty Thursday, July 16th. That's right. We are back in the studio today. Thirsty Thursday, you guys. It is episode 11 of the GFY Social Club. Hashtag join the club at GFY Social Club. We're glad you're here joining us for our 11th episode. That's right. We are in double digits. We got into double digits the other day with episode 10. And what comes after 10 is fucking 11 because we can do math well. Yeah. So we are here in the studio with my buddy Craig. He is in studio. Look at that. He's back.
What? It's so good to be back in the actual studio.
Yes.
The remote ones were fun, but there's nothing like being in the actual clubhouse. Drinking hands.
Yes.
It's just, there's nothing quite like it.
Yes, I agree. It's good to have you back here in the studio, man.
Good to be back.
Fuck yeah, welcome back. It's been a rough couple of weeks there, having to deal with all that crap, the Rona. But we got everything wiped down. We got everything sanitized here, so we are following CDC protocols here in the GFY Social Club podcast studio. So in the clubhouse here. So yeah, we're glad to have everybody here joining us here in the clubhouse in Austin, Texas. That's right.
Holy dog shit, Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas, private cowboy. And you don't much look like a steer to me, so that kind of narrows it down.
Yes.
That drop just doesn't sound as good over a remote.
It doesn't.
You have to hear it in the studio.
Yes.
To really have it grab you by the
through the headphones, right?
Exactly.
Some people would find that offensive.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. So, fuck
you,
man.
Colton.
Yes. Stop with the gay jokes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only one we got. So.
Stop being retarded.
That's right. Don't be fucking retarded, dude. Jesus Christ. So we do have a big show lined up for you guys today. It is Thirsty Thursday, of course.
Thirsty
Thursdays, boys. Might as well get balls deep in a bottle of Gus and Brew tonight.
That's right. I'd like to meet her. That's the chick from Letterkenny.
Oh, yeah.
The Canadian.
sister?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, she's good.
I'd
That's,
like that.
what's his face's sister, right?
Yeah. What's his name? Wayne. Yeah.
I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. That's for sure.
Absolutely not.
How dare you?
Oh, stop it. Jesus Christ. Well, we got a big show lined up for you because it is Thursday. We got sports. Sports are back. That's right, sports. We're going to have some sports today. Craig's going to give us another history lesson.
This is a good one, too.
Yes,
It's very appropriate for the times we're living in.
I got it on the show prep, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, yes, this is going to be fucking outstanding, dude.
Well, you know that saying, like, if you don't learn history, you're doomed to repeat it?
Yep.
Well, I just learned it yesterday, and we're already repeating it.
We're already repeating it. There it is.
Sorry, guys. My bad. A little too late on that one.
Jesus Christ.
Nice execution.
You're doing terrific.
Yeah. So we also, Craig, we have a guest joining us later on today.
Dude, I'm super excited. One of my favorite comics in all of Austin. Hilarious guy. He almost killed me last time I did a show with him. He made Budweiser come out of my nose, and I thought I was going to choke to death on the spot.
Yeah.
We have the hilarious Aaron Cheatham.
Yes, Aaron Cheatham. That's right. He's a touring comedian around the South here. He's
got
from
an album coming out as
he
well.
does.
At the album recording at the Blind Tiger in San Antonio.
San Antonio, yes. Aaron Cheatham. He's also from the Gray Area podcast, which is going to be dropping here pretty soon. He's going to be joining us a little bit later on in the show. So like I said, we do have a pretty stacked show for you guys today. You know, if we're going to come back in the studio, we're going to do it. We're going to go big or go home.
Hell yeah.
That's how we roll here at the clubhouse. So Craig, what's going on with you, man? What's the latest? What's grinding your gears today? What's on your mind?
I'm actually in a pretty good mood. Had a good night last night. Went out with my buddy Marty Clark. We went to a cigar bar.
Nice.
A socially distanced cigar bar.
Socially distanced. Well, now here's the thing. Like, socially distanced cigar bar, I understand everybody in the cigar bar is smoking, but for the most part, isn't cigar bars pretty much socially distanced from just about everybody else anyways? Because they fucking reek, dude. Like, when you walk by somebody with a fucking cigar,
They smell like cigars. It was, it's man shit. Me and Marty and his buddy Avi, who was another Boston boy, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Nice.
from Somerville. Well, born in Somerville, lives in from Natick.
fucking Somerville, dude.
Yeah, hell, just good time. Some cigars, some beers.
Nice.
It was just nice to be able to get out because there's not a lot open here right now. I was surprised they even found a place that was open, but the guy was cool. He was telling us some stories. They usually have like the cutters for the cigars out, like on a chain, and you can just go up and cut it. He said he saw some guy like the day before lick the end of his cigar and then go to cut it, and the guy was like, no, stop right now, stop. So they yanked that and put it behind. So
You uncultured swine.
He had different cutters, and he was chopping everyone's cigars, and then they'd sanitize them. So they're doing their part to not spread the disease, but also letting people go out. Because God damn it, man, when I was back home, I could go out and enjoy the woods. Here, I'm just kind of stuck in my shitty little apartment with my roommate, who I don't really know or hang out with.
Yeah,
and you go a little fucking stir crazy.
Oh yeah,
in the apartment. So it was really good to just get out of the house and
nice.
Have a responsible night of fun. I mean, the cigar bar was fun. We weren't responsible in like our consumption of booze or whatever we did after that, which may have included some little of this, little of that. But everything other than that was just it was aces.
Sure. So now, note to self. So the only places to actually drink here in Austin now are cigar bars and Applebee's. Right?
Is that it?
That's it. two very fine establishments. I don't understand, like, how do they consider cigar bar since the asshole of a governor that we got here, which, by the way, I will say, people that do know me, I do lean right. I lean right. So, go figure, right? It's a fucking shocker, right?
10-4, good buddy.
Yes.
I would like to say that despite what everyone says, I lean in the middle. I don't lean. I'm pretty like straight down the pipe, but down here, I've said this before, back home in my blue collar working class state, I would say things like, maybe it shouldn't be so easy for someone to collect an entire arsenal of weapons.
Right.
Maybe there should be some, checks and balances. They're like, what are you, a fucking communist? Get the hell out of here. And then I did, and I moved down to Austin. And And then you say something like, well, 75 genders seems like an awful lot. Is that really a fucking Nazi? So you're either, if you disagree with you're either a Nazi or a communist in today's world. You disagree with the right, you're a communist.
Dude, you're a little
if you disagree with the left, you're a Nazi. So kind of a no-win situation there, but I'm a registered independent.
There you go.
So,
well, what I was getting at is that because, I lean right, but I can't stand the governor here in Texas, especially since I feel like he caved by closing all the bars back down. Just my personal opinion. But the point I was getting at is like, how does a cigar bar where what they serve is they serve tobacco and they serve booze?
Well, they didn't. This place did not. It was BYOB.
Okay.
So they weren't serving any booze.
Okay. All right.
And I think it was. I think they probably opened up a little too soon, but just to close the bar, like if you're gonna close it down, close it down.
Sure.
Because what is the difference between going to a bar and just getting a drink or going to a place that also sells food? Because apparently the coronavirus doesn't have an appetite, so if there's food there, it just doesn't show up.
Sure.
That works.
Sure.
So yeah, you're really kind of putting the boots to these bars that especially some of these places they open up. They
don't stand a chance, man. After this whole deal,
they get payroll in. They make these orders and well now we don't know when you can open again. So you're kind of fucking them over.
Yep.
So
we have a local bar that we like to go to all the time. They used to have comedy there and everything like that. They shut down obviously because of everything that's going on.
Yep.
And then so what they did is instead of opening right back up as soon as they could, they stayed shut down until they were supposed to open up back up last week, but because they were using all that time to remodel the entire inside.
Yes.
And then what ended up happening was right before they could open right back up with the new remodeled bar, nope, close it right back fucking down.
Yeah, they were lucky though, because we're talking about Mr. Tramps.
Yeah.
My two favorite open mics in Austin. Love Tramps.
Yep.
They're remodeling. It's going to look really nice in there when
It is.
done.
It's awesome.
I really can't wait to go back. But they were lucky because they were like, we're going to take this time. We're going to do some pretty major demo and remodeling. So they weren't planning on opening back up until they could, but there's a lot of other places that are not so lucky, and you're going to see a lot of places go out of business, and it's really sad. I don't want anyone to get sick and die, but I also don't like Austin's known as a bar town, as a music town. A lot of these fucking places are going to go out of business now, and that really sucks because that's pretty much the identity of this city. It's a drinking town, it's a music town, it's an entertainment town, and a lot of these places are just going to go away.
Sure,
you can't just have someone shut down they're still paying rent, I'm assuming, on most of these places.
Yep. They have to.
Restaurants, bars, the razor thin margins on where they can make their money. Most of them can't stand to go 2 weeks or even a week without opening. Right. Let alone 3, 4, 5, 6 fucking months.
Yeah, I hear you, man. And it's unfortunate that it's worked out that way, but hopefully they get the shit rolling again. I could get into the stats all day long, but I'm not even gonna fucking get there because what's the number one rule when you have beers in your hand? Don't talk politics or religion, right? So we're gonna avoid that shit together.
We already broke that a little bit.
We did it a little bit last week too. But you know what? It's also social shit.
Have to.
Yeah. It's the only thing that's going on right now.
Did you see the new episodes of How I Met Your Mother? That show's not even on the air anymore, but you get what I'm saying.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's all there really is to talk about right now.
It is. It's true.
Don't you understand, you dumb son of a bitch? Don't you understand?
I do understand, Trump Daddy. I do.
That's right. Oh, man. Well, you know what? It's rules, law and order, everything like that. Speaking of law and order, I think that should bring us into our first segment of the day. We do this every show. You guys know this. I don't even have to introduce it. That means it's time for news. Craig, Law and Order. This guy is known as Law and Order, okay? He was the guy that cleaned up New York City. What is our first story of the day?
Fucking crazy hobgoblin. Jesus Christ. I hate this guy. I hate him. I hate him. Rudy Giuliani calls New York police after he was pranked by Sacha Baron Cohen. It's fucking...
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
just a few weeks after the Who Is America star made a clandestine appearance at a far-right rally, he managed to trick Donald Trump's personal attorney into an interview. And it didn't come off well for old Rudy.
My name is Borat. I like you. I like sex. It's nice.
This guy gets like a pass because he was he did a great job.
He did do a great job as mayor.
Well, not as a mayor, but after the 9/11, he handled that well. But people tend to forget what a piece of shit he is, even though he reminds people constantly, especially since he became Trump's lawyer. Like he's like,
right.
This guy is fucking unhinged, and also. Who is on this guy's staff that's letting him get interviewed by Sacha Baron Cohen? Like, no one there was like, unless people are just fucking with him. And if that's the case, that's awesome. Those are like, oh, watch this. We're going to let Borat interview him. This will go well. He just, and then like the little bitch that he was, he called the cops. Obviously nothing happened because, I mean,
Yeah. So
what are you like aggravated? I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh man, I just love that he was able to. It's almost like because Sacha Baron Cohen recently did another thing at like it was actually a white supremacist rally or some shit like that. It was like an alt-right rally or something.
It was just an alt-right rally.
Yeah, it was an alt-right rally.
Like a racist song.
Yeah,
he got him all this. I mean, he got. I think it was a senator. It was either from Georgia or maybe Arizona. Like he got the guy to scream the N-word a bunch of times.
Yeah, he did.
On camera.
On camera.
I mean, and the quote from Giuliani, this guy comes running in wearing a crazy, what I would say was a pink transgender outfit. Like what? Dude, what does that even mean?
Right.
Transgender.
I think he's trying to tread that line. Like, I don't know if he wanted to come out and say, like, some gay outfit or something like that. I don't know. I think
this is worse.
Yeah.
This one doesn't even make sense. Like, what is that? Like,
gay boys.
A pink is it like a tutu with a big dick hanging? What is a pink transgender outfit?
Supposedly the difference between when I was reading the article, it was like a pink bikini and he had like a mesh top with it or something like that. So it's like apparently the difference between gay and trans is just lack of mesh top.
Oh,
that's what I was. That's kind of what I gathered from the story.
But again, this brings you back to my original question: is why the fuck would you let him interview you?
I know.
Did you think he was going to come with some like hard hitting questions like, "Wow, what do you think about the Blue Lives Matter move?" Like, do you think you're going to shut him down, Giuliani? I mean, this isn't a courtroom.
Right.
The guy was a lawyer. I mean, he made his. I believe he made his career. He was the first guy to enact the RICO law against the mob. That was a law that was used for mostly white collar criminals, I think. But I think he took down the mob in New York City by a RICO. So he was able to prosecute a whole shitload of them all at once.
Right.
And then he got into politics and just revealed how. And also, I'm pretty sure he's married to his cousin.
I don't know. I'm not up to date on his family history.
He's a cousin fucker. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere or I saw that somewhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is weird for an Italian from New York, right? That's kind of strange.
Yeah, this guy's a cousin fucker. Sacha Baron Cohen went to Oxford University, so if it's a battle of wits,
very nice.
If it's a battle of wits, I'm going with Mr. Baron Cohen on that one.
Yes.
And I mean, clearly he just decimated this old creepy fuck.
He did. Well, I guess Rudy Giuliani ended up saying he's like, I didn't hold anything against him because he was like, and then he quoted like the whole thing that he says with his sister, where his sister's a prostitute. He really did.
Giuliani's sister's a prostitute?
No. Where he was talking about Borat. It was his favorite Borat scene.
This is Natalia. She's my sister. She is number 4 prostitute in all of Kazakhstan.
Oh, this nice. So good. Nice.
Yeah. So, and that's what he said. He quoted that to the newspaper. He said,
but he still called the cops on him.
Well, he's apparently a cousin fucker, right? Isn't that what you said? So that makes sense. Why that's his favorite scene.
Yeah. Well,
go figure.
I'm fairly certain. I mean,
Well, very nice.
Come at me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming most of our listeners are probably not big Giuliani fans. And if you are, go fuck yourself.
All right, then. So, congratulations, Giuliani.
Yes,
you got trolled. All right, so next story here. Let me get out the news.
Oh, I like that.
All right, here we go. This one. This is from AP. Police said a Delaware shop owner threw a pizza at an attempted robber.
I mean, did it work?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. It did. It did. Like, that's what I don't fucking understand. It did.
Those
It
things are
worked.
fucking hot.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's like throwing boiling water in someone's face.
Jesus.
The guy had a machete too, right?
He did.
This is just a fucked up story. The guy tries to rob a pizza place with a machete.
Yep.
Which is already weird.
Yep. So he comes in wielding a machete, and what does the pizza shop owner do? He throws a pizza at him.
I see.
But you know why?
What did he do?
Yeah, what did he do?
It was a Freudian slip or an amazing pun.
That's right. I don't have the rim shot. Yeah. Jesus. That drum roll will be closing up. So he threw a pizza at him. I guess it happened Friday as the owner of Stargate Pizza in Greenwood was closing down his shop for the night. Delaware State Police said in the news release, he said that a man with a machete approached him demanding money. He said he didn't have any, and he threw a pizza at him, causing the machete-wielding man to flee in a car. He ran away because he got a pizza thrown at him.
Man, it scorched his face.
You know why? No, it was because there's fucking pineapple on that goddamn pizza. I know it. I know there was pineapple on that fucking pizza.
All right, well, here's what the guy should have done. This is a throwback to one of our earlier episodes, if any of our loyal listeners. What he should have done is threatened to rape him with his AIDS-ridden cock.
Oh, Jesus
And then he
Christ.
would have got... Well, that guy didn't get away with it either, but... Yeah. Remember that? That was the one with the woman, the stripper with the rank pussy was... She assaulted police officers with her pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells like carrots and throw up.
And then like the what do they call that? The standard for that kind of an assault was the guy who robbed a 7-Eleven with no weapon. He just told the clerk that
AIDS infested.
He'd rape him with his AIDS infested dick if he didn't give him the money. So.
She gave the cops the stripper from Miami gave the cops the trifecta of STDs.
Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. Outstanding. Fucking A, man. Goddamn Delaware and their pineapple on their pizza. That's what happened. This next one I know you were excited about because it's one of your favorite restaurants.
It is. It is. You guys know I'm a bit of a foodie.
Yes. He likes classy food though. Like he goes to fine dining establishments like
BK. I'm a Burger King guy, you know? Fuck that McDonald's shit. I'm a Burger King guy. Fucking Wendy's with their square hamburgers. Go fuck yourself. All right. I'm a Burger King guy. I get the crown. I sit in there and I eat flame broiled Whoppers. That's what I do. Well, I feel like that's unfair. That happens anytime you eat fast food. It's not just Burger King.
It's not just Burger King. Oh, so what happened? So how is Burger King trying to change?
Well, they're addressing the whole climate change issue by changing the diets that their cows have so they don't fart as much, thus polluting the ozone layer.
Nice.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Jesus Christ. What does Greta Thunberg think of this? Did she comment on this story?
I'm sure she has. I'm sure she said something. We'll probably see her on a panel next week with a couple of rocket scientists. Because she's those 13-year-olds.
Well, I remember AOC was talking about like cow farts and shit like that, and it was like how that's damaging the environment. And
well, I believe that's actually kind of a thing, because it is some kind of gas that it's methane, I believe, is what they fart out. But yeah, so Burger King's doing its part. I gotta see, what were they actually feeding them?
It was like some kind of grain. They're going to cut back the grain, or they're going to use like a 33% like organic grain or something. But I thought all grain was fucking organic anyways.
Yeah, it's grain.
Yeah, it's grain. Like, what the fuck, dude?
What were they putting in the grain before that?
I don't know. Apparently, I mean, what were they putting in the burgers before that, to be perfectly honest with you?
It's a big corporation, so it's probably like they're just slicing up children who are sex trafficked, who aged out after they turned 13, and they just murdered them and then fed them to the cows.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, congratulations, Burger King.
They had a deal going with Wayfair.
Yeah.
When the children aged out, when they get 13 and a half, they just kill them, chop them up, turn them into grain.
Yep. George Soros is definitely involved. You know, he's definitely involved. And, well, you know, I mean, not for nothing, but if he is involved with that, he looks like a guy that would eat a lot of Burger King anyways.
Yeah.
Look at, I mean, have you seen that fucking guy? Jesus Christ. God damn. Oh, fucking Burger King. Good job, man. All right, so this next story, we do have 2 stories left for you on the day, and then we'll get into the meat segment of our show. Speaking of meat, Burger King. Hey-o. So anyways, so here's what happened. A man won $2 million lottery after the clerk gives him the wrong ticket.
What would you say you do here?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So here's the story. A man in suburban Detroit was given the wrong lottery ticket, scratch-off ticket, okay? Are you a big scratch-off guy? You like scratch-offs?
I'm not a scratcher.
No, you're a poker. You're a poker guy. Yeah, okay, cool.
Play skill games.
Skill games of skill and all that fun stuff. Well, here's the story. The Michigan Lottery said the man stopped at a gas station in East Point, Michigan to put air in a tire. He needed to change for the air machine, obviously because they charge for air.
Yeah.
Fucking course, right? And also asked for a $10 Lucky 7 scratch-off ticket. What happened was the clerk handed him the $20 ticket by mistake.
Oh, boy.
He offered to exchange it, but something told me to keep it. That's what he said. The man, and I'm sure glad I did, he says, won $2 million.
What would you say you do here?
God damn it, white boy.
Yep, $2 million
And
fucking
actually,
dollars.
I'm just being handed a very breaking story about the same man.
Yes.
He won that yesterday. They found him dead of a fentanyl overdose this morning. So.
That's nasty.
God damn it, white boy.
Jesus
That seems
Christ.
to be what happens to every poor person who wins the lottery.
Yes, that's true. This is true. Oh, man. So congratulations, buddy, on your $2 million lottery ticket that you won. All right. Final news story for the day before we head into commercial break.
This one.
This one is the one that you have been waiting for. Because
Found this today.
You found this today. That's right. This is from where? Your home state.
The great state of Maine. Skowhegan, Maine.
Yes, Skowhegan, Maine.
3 people were arrested. And honestly, I don't know how the cops could tell because I have their mugshots in front of me and I don't know how they could tell these people were selling drugs. They look like fine, upstanding members of society. But yeah, they caught them selling drugs. And then when they raided the house, they found a 2-foot-long alligator, which was another charge because in order to be in Maine and have an alligator, you have to be a little retarded. And you also have to have some kind of special permit. I don't know what that is, but yeah. So
they're all fucked up on what kind of drugs?
Oh, there was a smorgasbord.
Yes, a smorgasbord of drugs.
Heroin, fentanyl, crack, coke, probably some other shit too. I believe every single one of the people that had been arrested was like out on bail for selling drugs, like within the past 6 months.
Oh, of course.
The $12,000 worth of shit.
12 grand worth of fucking drugs.
Yeah. So a little backstory to the town of Skowhegan. It's another kind of like mill town. It's fairly close to where I grew up. And well, you used to play these guys in football.
We did. We played them in football, man. Growing up in high school, we played. They were the Skowhegan Indians.
That's correct.
Yes, the fucking Skowhegan Indians.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Which, as you might have noticed, could be a little problematic in today's society. Well, last year, they did away with the Indian logo.
Right.
But they still have yet to come up with a new name.
Okay.
So we threw out a couple.
We have a couple. Okay.
Yours
have a couple.
Yours was good. We'll say that one for last.
Okay.
I was thinking it could
Hold
be...
on.
Yep.
What do you got?
The Skowhegan Heroin Gators.
Yes. Yes.
And here's the thing I was thinking.
Yes.
You know, because they were the Indians, so they probably did like the tomahawk chop.
They did. I remember.
Well, they could do that now, but it'd be like, oh, and then they just nod off and pass pass out because they're high on heroin.
This is a little bit more accurate for Skowhegan.
So, yeah. But Mike came up with a way better name. And it was, I'm a little upset I didn't because it was right there. It was
the low-hanging fruit. And you know me, I don't like fruit, but consider it a low-hanging Lipitor is what it was. That was what it was for me.
But in this case, the low-hanging is the best one.
It is. Well, I wouldn't say the best one, but it's what we came up with. So here we go, Skowhegan. This is ours for you. The Skowhegan Crack-adiles.
The fighting cracks. And like they can have those what do they call those bitches? The majorettes. I was gonna say marionettes. Those the majorettes with the batons. They could just have like spin like crack pipes.
The crack pipes, the little dollars.
The rose stems. Yeah, they could.
Don't ask me how I know that.
They could throw them out to the crowd. They have the name on them. I mean, hey, Skowhegan, if you're listening, we just marketed your whole new.
That's it.
We just took care of that for you. I don't even want any credit for it. But
nope. There you go.
You're welcome.
There you go. You know what? That's what we say to that. Oh, God damn it. The fucking thing didn't load up. Anyways, that's what we say to that. Crack-adiles or the heroin gators. There you go, fucking Skowhegan. Because that's the kind of clientele that you have that lives in your city. Well, congratulations. That's our best story of the day. I love that story. Yeah. I'm so glad you found that. And that does it for news for today. All right. So that means we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, not Jamie. Do we have Aaron on the line? We do. Aaron is on the line. Sweet. We're going to come back from commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to our good friend from the Gray Area podcast, a touring comedian here, a very good friend of ours, a very funny Mr. Aaron Cheatham. He'll be right back with us. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is your buddy Craig, the Ferg doggy, hanging out here at the GFY Social Club. Just want to talk to you guys for a minute about Anchor.fm. If you're like us and want to start a podcast during these tumultuous times, I mean, honestly, is there anything we need more right now than more podcasts? I think that's what's going to heal us as a country right now in these trying times, is more podcasts. So you go on Anchor FM, and it's a one-stop shop, guys, for all your podcasting needs. They have creation tools. It's all right there. It's all right there. The best part about it is they pay you. All right? And if most of you are like me, you're lazy pieces of shit who are on unemployment right now. Okay? We don't want to go back to work. And you know that extra $600 from the government is gonna run out at some point. And you can get some extra money in your pocket just from using Anchor.fm. So here's what you do: you just go download the free Anchor app, or you go to Anchor.fm, and then you just get drunk and rant into a microphone like me and Mike do twice a week at the GFY Social Club. Hashtag join the club.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mike with the GFY Social Club. You guys hate Facebook? Do you? I think Facebook's annoying. You've heard me rant and complain about social media nonstop, but I gotta tell you, though, there's one spot on Facebook you can go to that's really cool. Yeah, it's called @GFY Social Club. Yeah, go check out our page. Give it a like. You know? Give it the old thumbs up. Start following us. Let me tell you why. We're going to start having articles up there. Ridiculous news stories that we don't get to on the show. If you missed the show for whatever reason, we'll have all the links for the shows that you missed. It's up there every time. And also, you can't forget ridiculous pictures that we're going to find and we're going to put up there that we're going to make fun of. So, you know what? If you want a little distraction from all the garbage that's on Facebook on a regular basis, well, then go ahead and give it a like, give it a follow @GFY Social Club on the Facebook page, and spread the word. Spread the word to your friends. Spread the word to your family. spread the word to your significant other. Let them know how awesome the GFY Social Club is and tell them to hashtag join the club at GFY Social Club on social media. That's on Facebook, of course. And yeah, join the club.
It's Facebook. Sucks. It's Facebook. Nah, 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 nah. They wreck my page with their constant changes, and I hate them, but I can't stay away.
Yeah, we're back. GFY Social Club. Hashtag join the club at GFY Social Club on social media. You know how to find us. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, all kinds of other small ones. You know how we roll. I'd like to thank you for coming back in, sticking and hanging out with us here tonight in the clubhouse. We mentioned this earlier today. Craig, we got a special guest on the line with us right now.
Sure do.
Fuck yes. Do. That's right. Our good friend. He's like I said before. He's a touring comedian, pretty much all over the South, and actually he's been all over the country. I shouldn't just hold him to the region of just the South, but he's been all over the country. He's also one part of the Gray Area podcast, which is going to be dropping here pretty soon. I think it's within the next week or so. The very funny Mr. Aaron Cheatham. Aaron, what is up, man? Welcome aboard.
What up? Don't try to pigeonhole me to a part of the country, baby. I'm nasty, goddamn. Shit, I'm all over the place, baby. Don't try to keep on the South. I grew up in the South, but I'm all over the country, goddamn. You can't hold me there.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I wasn't trying to just pigeonhole you in the South because, you know, I don't want to.
Oh, you pigeonhole me, goddamn.
Way to go, dumbass. Fuck it up already in the first 30 seconds of the interview. Fuck,
first
man.
30 seconds, and you already got your knee on my neck. That's some bullshit.
Don't worry.
Holy Aaron, come on. We get ourselves in enough trouble. We don't. Jesus Christ.
Don't worry. I'll lift. I'll lift it. It won't be 8 minutes and 46 seconds, I promise, man. Oh, Aaron, so it's good to have you on board, man. You're talking about, you've been all over the country, dude. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, about the comedy stuff. How long you been doing comedy, man?
Man, so I guess it was 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, 2004. 2004, down in San Antonio. Started at River Center Comedy Club.
Nice.
And I had a nice little run down in San Antonio. And then I moved to Austin in 2008, and then I took a break from comedy from 2009 to 2014 because, you know, I wanted to be a good Negro and get a corporate job with benefits and do what Master told me to do.
Some people would find that offensive.
That shit sucked my soul out, and I wasn't me. Like, I fell into a deep depression, didn't even know I was depressed.
Sure.
And then I reconnected with a good friend of mine, James Garcia. We met in San Antonio, and then both moved to Austin. Didn't know the other one that moved to Austin. Hadn't talked to him in like 6-7 years.
Okay.
And we ended up going to the same bar. Like, we were both regulars at the same bar, ran into each other, and he started egging me on about how I used to be a good comic and,
sure,
you know, San Antonio and shit. And basically, he negged me. As right. The fellas would do to women. Like, he negged me into getting back on stage. And I've been back at it ever since 2014. So
nice.
Long story. I started in 2004, but there was a 5-year break in there where I hit the stage maybe once a year.
There you go.
Well, you can't really tell, Aaron. I've seen you perform a lot. You can't tell there was a 5-year layoff there, man. So.
Oh, man. You know what? If we're doing it this long, if there wasn't a 5-year layoff, then I should have quit 5 years ago. This is as far as I got. I got to do a couple shows all over the country. That's as far as I got. I should have fucking quit.
Yeah.
So thank God for a 5-year layoff.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was telling Mike before it started. I mean, is your album out right now? I was at your album recording at LOL. It was awesome. It was a really cool thing to see. Really funny. Is that out right now?
No, so it's not out right now, and the reason that it's not out right now is because of me.
Okay.
So, I sat on it for a while, and like when you record your album, your first one at least, like Jay Whitecotton told me this was going to happen, and as most things Jay tells me, I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, Jay, go on, like whatever. He'll tell me some shit, and I'll be like, yeah, whatever. And then, sure enough, that shit will come to fruition.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Jay knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about. He's had a few albums already. I think he's got like 4 or 5 under his belt.
Yeah, he's got a couple.
Yeah. So he told me with the first one, you're going to go through a period where you're unhappy and you don't want anything to do with it, and then you'll come around. Then you'll see that you'll take. You'll get comfortable with it.
Sure.
Basically said I was going to eat it for a minute, and then I would stop eating it and be like, I got to do something with this. And that's where I'm at now. I hated it for a while. I was so upset after the album recording. And like you were there and you said you had a great time. And
I did, man. I mean, I honestly, I've seen you perform a bunch, but I haven't been doing it nearly as long as you, but I was pretty blown away. It was just cool watching someone that record an album. And I know you did 2 shows, and I came with Andre, and I think we showed up with 10 minutes left in the first show, and then we stayed and we watched the whole second one. And it was just a really cool experience. And I mean, I loved it. I mean, I was telling Mike, well, Mike was there. Like,
yeah,
I've seen you do some of those bits before, and you still, we did one at that show, and you literally almost killed me. I shot beer out of my nose and almost choked.
That was the greatest shit ever.
And you know that
getting a spit take is dope. We love getting spit takes. So you get a spit take from the back of the room.
Yeah.
You make another time.
That was like when you were a kid, you make milk come out of someone's nose, but this was beer, so it hurt way more because it's carbonated.
And Craig doesn't like to waste a beer.
No, I don't.
Where you were sitting when that shit happened, I saw it in the corner of my eye, and I just wanted to die right there. I wanted to keep laughing, but.
Yeah, it's because you didn't even skip a beat. You're like, sorry, I didn't mean to almost kill you. And then just went right back into it.
I said that on stage, but on the inside, I was skeet. I was like, I got you, bitch. I got you.
Yeah, you did. You got me.
So the album recording, like I said, we were there. We watched. It was great. Do you foresee?
It is coming, though. It is coming. We're going to be.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's cool. When that comes out, we'll have you on again. We can promote that too.
Fuck yeah, absolutely. So you said earlier you like. I'm obviously, I gave you the huge lead, and I tried not to pigeonhole you like you said, but maybe I did a little bit. But I apologize. But if I am going to say one thing, since you have been around the country, one thing I always like to ask comedians is all the places that you perform, all the cities and everything like that, because we know that every region is different, every city's different that you perform
sure.
in. What is probably? I hate to. No, fuck it. I'm just gonna ask you. What is your favorite city to perform in? Like, what is the most memorable city you've performed in? And since 2004, despite the 5-year layoff.
So, last year was one of the best years of my life because at the end of 2018, I quit my job I had worked at for 11 years. I quit that, and I pushed all my chips in the table and wanted to see what I can do in a year without a job in comedy. And that got me to Memphis for the Memphis Comedy Festival, the Whiskey Bear Comedy Festival up in Ohio. Then I got to travel all over, and it was a lot of one-shots, so there's no way that I had an extensive amount of time. And a lot of them were like, with the winery and brewery tour, we did a lot of small towns. So I got to see rural America at its roots and really embrace those people and embrace the scenery. Like Colorado was great, but my favorite was Portland.
Portland. Okay.
Portland was my favorite place to perform.
That's Portland, Oregon, right?
Yep, Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to Portland, Maine.
That's my least favorite Portland.
No. There were no Crack-adiles in Portland, Oregon.
Well, no lobster either, though. So
I'll tell you, Portland. I was in Portland for 6 shows. Well, I did 2 shows in Seattle, or around Seattle, and then I had 4 shows in Portland, in the Portland area. And then I also picked up like 3 more shows while I was up there. So I ended up doing 9 shows in the Portland area in a week.
Nice.
And
nice.
Every one of those shows, even there was a couple with really small crowds, but outside of those, like, they showed up and they were the most appreciative audience that I found across the country.
Nice.
Like, they gave so much love, and you didn't have to spoon feed them anything.
Right.
They got the innuendo. They were with you, and they were there to have fun. And every show, it was those type of shows that you get off stage and you feel like a fucking rock star.
Right.
Portland makes you feel that way. They appreciate the art, and I enjoyed Portland. I performed in a lot of great places for a lot of different audiences, but Portland, outside of Texas, Portland is my favorite.
No kidding. Awesome. Nice.
All right, so what about least favorite? And go ahead and name names and clubs.
Yoakum, Texas, goddammit.
Least favorite comics in Austin. Just name them off. and reasons why.
I just put a town on blast for no reason. I just yelled out, I just killed them niggas for nothing. I just murked the whole town of rednecks for nothing. Shit. I got a list. Who is it now?
Well, you know what we'll do is we'll bring you back on. We'll give you a couple more months to think about it, and then we'll bring you back on, and then we'll do another top 10 list. But we need detailed descriptions, site references.
I can tell you what every one of them did to me. I'll tell you the moment I knew I hated them.
He's got the date and time like recorded in a notebook. This motherfucker was a pain in the ass.
Right here I got a tattoo all my face.
Well, that's good because comics never get shirtless anyway, so it's a good way to hide it when you get on stage. Oh man, so that's great stuff, man. Now, since we don't have stand-up right now, since stand-up is pretty much shut down for the most part, unless you want to travel to a place that's not very nice, that's probably not. It's going to be more expensive to get there than it will be worth it to actually get paid to actually do a show, do a set. Everybody's got podcasts right now. There's a lot of podcasts blowing up. That's a good way to get comedy out, right? That's something that you and another funny comedian, good friend of ours, Chad Fisher, you guys are you got a podcast now. It's called the Gray Area Podcast. That's going to be starting up here soon. Well, tell us a little bit about the Gray Area Podcast, man. This is your time to just talk about it, man. Tell us all about it,
man. The Gray Area is going to be, or is, when we find our audience, it's going to be something great. Okay. I'm telling you right now. Nice. So I give you a little background on me. I started a podcast called the Black and Tan Podcast with Jacob James Garcia in 2013. And that shit ran forever. So I've been like in the podcasting game for a minute. Sure. And I feel like all the little tricks, all the little things that I learned along the way, I'm able to give to this show. Like I had 3 other shows that we did as the digital radio show that I got experience from and learned from and seen what doesn't work and seen what does work. So for this show, man, it's as long as we can be us, which we're doing.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun, man. So just to give people an idea of what you're gonna get when you check out the show. It's formatted in a way that's fun for us. So at the beginning of the show, we have our guests, introduce them. We give out a shout out of the week to somebody that we think needs a good public thumbs up.
Nice.
2 thumbs up. And then we tear them apart.
Okay.
It's unfortunate, but we're American. That's what we do. We build them up and we tear them stuff down.
It's the American way.
So then we play a game. We've got a bunch of different games we play on the show. So depending on what week it is, we can catch That's My Word, where we go to Urban Dictionary.
Nice.
And I'll read off words to our guest and Chad, and they guess what they think it means. And at the end of it, they put together a phrase with all of those words. Craig, did you play that when you came on the show?
I can't remember what game we played.
I don't remember what we played.
I think it was we did it was the Urban Dictionary thing.
Okay, so yeah, we played That's My Word with Craig. I don't remember that part of the show because I said some shit when Craig was on the show.
Yeah, so did I.
I almost got Craig fired. They almost said fuck furlough.
Oh, shit.
Well, fortunately or unfortunately, the company I work for is probably not coming back, which might work out in my favor or might not. Because if they do and they hear this, I'm definitely going to get fired.
I don't take back a word I said, and I meant every word of it.
It was, dude. I had so much fun. It was the first time I ever had peanut butter whiskey, and Cheatham hooked me up with that. That's a screwball, and their rapport back and forth is just it was great. I mean, we're all friends anyways. We knew each other, but they have a really good chemistry. It's a lot of fun, and I'm not gonna say anything about guests, but they were running down some of the guests they have, and I was like, wow, I can't believe they'd even asked me to be on here because I'm just
some hitters on there.
There's some legit.
Oh man, no. You know why we asked you to be on, Craig? We asked you to be on because
somebody's got to get the coffee.
Yeah. Somebody had to bring Kerrigan to the house. We needed to see Kerrigan.
R.I.P. Kerrigan. He's probably in China by now, but
no, we had you on because you have an experience that is unique for this situation that we're going through right now with the pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
And I thought and we both felt it was important that voice be heard. Right. And it just so happened to be a friend of ours that we know can articulate that point well and also have a good time. But that's why we had you. It was like, yo, Craig is experiencing this. He can tell us what it's really like to be furloughed and have to deal with the government for the unemployment system. Like he can tell us firsthand about what it's like to go through that and all the hardships. Like we can recite something that somebody said on the fucking news. Or we can talk to our friend and hear him and he actually hear his story and what's going on with him. And fucking that's a voice that needed to be heard. So I was fuck, yes, absolutely get Craig on, and I'd do it 1,000 times over. Not 1,001. Not because
1,001 would be too much, but
for sure. So, but yeah, we play games and shit, and then Chad has a new segment, kind of like you guys do. We have a new segment where Chad will run through headlines that cross his board. And then we just sit back and we chat about, when we have a guest on, we talk to them and hear their voice, hear their story. And if we don't have a guest, then Chad and I will probably end up talking shit about Chinese people because that's kind of what we do. But it always boils down to the fucking Chinese. So
everybody was kung fu.
Hold on, Mike. What does Donald Trump think about China?
That's a good
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Okay,
there we go.
That's what I thought.
There we go. We got your sound drops in for you. Try to limit the sound drops during the interview segment, but it was just too good. It was just too good to not doing it. So that's cool, man.
You got to pull the trigger on that.
Do you guys have like a hard release date yet? Or are you still working that out?
No. So as of time of recording, as we're speaking right now, we haven't put pen to paper yet, but we are going to, more unless something catastrophic happens, we'll be signing with Hot Pie Media,
a group,
out of Austin, Texas here.
Okay.
Check them out, hotpiemedia.com. Bake fresh daily, as we say. But they're launching this new company, and they're launching with 50 different podcasts. So we're going to be in the first of podcasts they release.
Nice.
And they've got some. There's I can't talk about some of the stuff, but they have some people that have signed up with the company that are going to be launching with a lot of really good podcasts, and their voices that you probably wouldn't expect to be hearing, and you're going to want it.
Okay, cool.
Like some really intriguing people, and they've been great to work with so far. They've been very open, and I can't wait for us to actually get ready to launch. But it's going to be very, very, very soon. We'll be hitting the airwaves, and we've already got 50 episodes in the bank, and we're recording another one tomorrow.
Nice.
So we're going to keep on way. Whenever they say go, we're ready for, we got shit. I got 5 months of content, son. What you talking about?
Nice.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like there's a little bit of confidence that we have knowing that we've gotten that we didn't sit back and go, we'll wait for the launch day to get started. Like,
sure,
we've got cash in the bank already. We already got catalog. So we're ready to hit the ground running.
Good
and
stuff.
Do you know if it's going to be like once a week, or you probably don't know this stuff yet if you haven't like.
So the plan right now is it'll be once a week.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes. And we've talked about doing multiple days a week, but we want to get the first run out there, and we're going to drop 3 to 5 episodes on launch day. We'll drop off top.
Oh, hell yeah!
And
nice.
We've got a great analytics team that'll be information on listens and demographics and all that stuff. So we'll be able to really focus in and tailor our content to our audience.
Nice.
Find our groove, and we'll be able to talk directly to those people. And if anybody else wants to come along for the ride, you're more than welcome. Bitch, we got mad ass back here. We got caboose.
Well, the only thing I'm worried about is where the green room is before you start recording. Make sure that shit is sanitized. Make sure that shit is descented, because if there's some booty back there, man, I don't like the smell of nasty booty. So,
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Oh man, so since it hasn't dropped yet, where can we find you? Where can we find the Gray Area podcast? Where can we find Aaron Cheatham?
So you can find the Gray Area, like I said, go to hotpiemedia.com.
Hotpiemedia.com. We'll get the links up on our social media.
You can go to our website. It's thegrayareapodcast.com.
Okay.
And then also our Facebook page, The Gray Area, and on Instagram, it's podcast, The Gray Area. And you can find me on Facebook, just little old Aaron Cheatham. That's me with the American flag behind me.
Nice.
God damn it.
Hell yeah.
We'll get all those links up for you and for Chad, and for so the tens of people that listen to our podcast will know when you guys go out.
I just need 2 of your listeners to come with me. I'm like Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire.
Well, you got me and Mike.
Who's coming?
You got me and Mike for sure.
All right, I just need 2. That's the only reason I'm here. I'm here to scout. I need 2 listeners to come with me.
My cousin Marky and his wife Liz, and they live in Virginia. They'll be on board too. I'll make sure of it.
Yes, I don't have any friends.
Once they hear an episode, they'll love it anyways, because they're fans of funny people, so they'll love it. But you got at least 4 right now.
There you go. Who's coming?
Well, then now I'm playing with house money, goddamn it. We're playing with house money.
Free rolling, baby.
Oh man, Aaron. Well, it's really good having you on the show. We really appreciate you jumping on board here and hanging out with us for a little bit. I'd buy you a beer, but problem is that you're remote. So instead, what I'll do is I'll Venmo you for a beer. How's that sound?
All right. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks for coming on, man.
And when you do get a release date, make sure you let us know, because we don't have a lot of people listening to this, but we'll plug the shit out of it, man. Because like I said, I've been on it. It's awesome. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm really happy for you and Chad. I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be great. Really happy for you guys.
Fuck yeah, man. And hey, when you come back on, you and I, we're going to talk a little bit of old school wrestling shit, because that's something that people might not know about you, or maybe they do, but you're a big wrestling buff. So
that's a bet. We've already got me booked for like 4 more episodes. We got like 4 more episodes with me.
Hell yeah.
Like we got to do the wrestling one. We got to talk about the album, the podcast. We got to do it. So I'll see you guys. I'll be back next week.
Hell yeah. Sounds good. All right, Aaron, we appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for jumping on. We'll catch up with you soon. Guys. Take care, man.
Peace.
All right. Fuck, man. Aaron Cheatham.
Fucking Aaron
Dude,
Cheatham,
that was awesome, dude. Fucking A. I love having Aaron on,
man. He really is. I love that dude. He's one of the funniest people, one of the nicest guys, and Seriously, I don't know how many people listen to this, but when you guys got to check out that podcast.
Absolutely. The Gray Area Podcast, guys. Gray Area Podcast. That's with him and Chad Fisher.
Chad Fisher, another one of our friends, too. Shout out, Chad. Anytime you want to come on, you can come on. Chad's another hilarious dude.
Yes.
Really, another sweetheart of a dude. He's one of the nicest guys. I'm so happy they're doing this, and they've actually, I don't know a ton about this Hot Pie Mania. I know some stuff that they told me, and I don't know if we're supposed to say it, but they've got people behind them.
Yes,
he's talking about an analytics team. This is a perfect.
It's a real deal.
Mike and I are just doing this out of the awesome podcast studio that he built in his house. They have a team behind them.
Yes, they do.
So support them. Do everything you can. They're both great dudes, and I'm really happy for them. And you guys will enjoy it when it comes out. I promise you will enjoy that podcast.
Absolutely. The Gray Area Podcast. Check them out. Aaron Cheatham. That's CheaTham on Facebook. Check them out. Gray Area. I believe it's with the A. Gray, Gray Area Podcast. So definitely check that out. Hit them up on social media. Go check that out. They're part of the club, man. Join the hashtag. Join the club with us. Yeah. We're the little tiny brother that's straggling along like Spike. Where are we going, Spike?
Yeah,
That'll be us. That's fine.
Aaron's promoting his podcast, but really he's promoting ours.
Really, we really appreciate the rub, Aaron. It's been awesome.
He's doing us the favor.
Good God, man, that's how much we suck, but it is what it is.
We have fun in the GFY Social Club.
Fucking A. Speaking of fun, Craig, we haven't had this segment in a while, and we got to fit this in because the people demand it. God damn it.
I've heard.
Yes, they do, because you are a history buff.
I am.
That's right.
And I'm a history buff, and I've said this before, but only because I'm bad at math.
That's right. I'm bad at math. So therefore, I went into history. So that means it's time for Craig Does History. All right, Craig. What is today's?
July 16th. Today we're going all the way back to 1439.
Oh boy, on July 16th in the year of our Lord, 1439.
We're going across the pond to jolly old England.
England. Who wants to go there?
Not me. Especially not in 1439. But this is a story that's very relevant to the times we're living in right now. And in July 16th, 1439, the King of England made kissing illegal.
Kissing illegal.
Now you're probably saying to yourself, especially you guys who don't want to wear a mask, like government can't tell me what to do, cod flab it, blah, blah, blah. Well, there was actually something behind this. All right.
Yes.
At the time.
Okay.
As you may have heard, England was dealing with the bubonic plague.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yes, which I hear is making a comeback.
And this wasn't like kissing, like you're gonna French your old lady or a dude's. Well, it wouldn't have been a dude kissing a guy because I'm pretty sure they behead you for that in 1439 England.
Sure.
Not big on the sodomy thing, but what it was at the time, as we all know now, or as you other history buffs and worldly people like me know.
Yep.
The country of England is a Protestant country.
Okay.
That's their national religion. But at the time, and that happened, at the time they were a Christian country. Then Henry VIII came along and wanted to get a divorce. And they were like, no, you can't. And he's like, well, fuck you. I'm going to be Protestant. But at the time they were Christian. And that was a typical Christian greeting, was just to walk up to people, give them a big old kiss on the lips. It wasn't like the French thing with a on the cheeks. No, right on the lips. Dudes to dudes, women to women.
Kind of like Joe Biden.
Yeah. It was basically like, that's probably where his ancestors came from. Joe Biden. Catholic Church is cool. They're like, just go kiss a little kid on the lips. It'll be fine. That's how you say hello. And if you want to grab him by the balls, slide a finger in there. That's cool too. But yeah. So that was their greeting, and that was spreading the plague.
Okay.
So they were like, nope.
So this was in 1439, and this is 2020, and isn't that so fucking similar?
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, they didn't, like, the science wasn't, like, no, you can shit in the street, but you can't kiss people.
It's kind of like San Francisco.
Well, no, I think you can do both in San Francisco, actually, right now. I think if you don't walk into San Francisco and kiss a dude right on the mouth, they hold you down and shit on your face in the street. I think I read that somewhere.
That's in the travel brochure for San Francisco. It's like, well, things to do: kiss a dude and shit in the street.
But
See the Golden Gate Bridge.
As you might imagine, it didn't work because the roads were just running wild with sewage.
Yes.
And they found out later it was the rats that were really spreading the plague.
Okay.
So it didn't work, and it got overturned. But yeah, I mean, it kind of mirrors the time we're living in now. Like,
sure,
you have to wear a mask.
Got to wear a mask.
So if you're gonna kiss someone, you have to wear a mask when you do it.
It's like that story we did about in New York, where they were recommending that the safest way to have sex was through a glory hole. Now, a few weeks ago,
very similar.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
What is the divider between a glory hole other than a mask?
Yes, this is true.
Which you can't kiss through.
It's kind of like a dental dam. It was at the dental dam of the 14. Honestly, what did the masks in 1439 look like?
Oh, they were probably very decorative.
Yes, bandanas.
No,
they didn't have N95s back then, right?
It was like a silk cloth. Or maybe they just those weird wigs that they wore, and they just wrapped those around their face too.
Yes, yeah. I picture like 1439. They're walking around with powdered wigs and all that funky shit that they did over there in England, the big cloaks and everything. Yeah. And then some asshole has an N95. Says 3M right on the back, right on the side, made in China.
That is correct.
Jesus Christ. So 1439. So kissing was spreading the bubonic plague.
That's what they thought. But
Jesus Christ.
They also thought bloodletting was a good idea.
This is true. This is very true. Isn't that fucking crazy? The comparison, July 16th, 1439, and July 16th, 2020. It's like, yep, there is a plague going around right now. And there it is. And actually, believe it or not, the bubonic plague is making a comeback, supposedly.
The bubonic plague never went away.
No, this is true.
Just like we have, but I think it was in Asia somewhere, right?
Yeah.
People shit on the street a lot in Asia.
They do.
That's not racist. That's a thing.
They shit on the street and they kiss each other on the mouth.
Like mainland Chinese people shit in the streets.
On a regular basis?
Well, I was going to say like a Chinese fighter.
Donald Trump, don't trust China. China is asshole.
That's right.
China is asshole, and your asshole is out when you're shitting in the streets. Dude, it's a fucking conspiracy.
It is. It is. We agree. Well, fucking A, man. That is history for the day. Holy shit, Craig. Yeah, history. Yeah, Craig. Fucking July 16th, 1439. Goddamn history, man. History is fucking crazy. The more you read into it, fucking bubonic plague and shit coming from fucking China. God.
More things change. More they stay the fucking same.
Isn't it so fucking true,
really
man?
Is,
It really is.
The human condition doesn't change much.
No.
Technology, everything changes, but the way people are never really seems to change.
Fucking kissing and shitting on the street. Well, you know what, though? That's okay. I'm not going to get upset about that, about the bubonic plague that's going around right now. And not even the bubonic plague, the Wuhan plague that's going around right now, You know why? Because it is Thursday, which means we do this segment every Thursday. And even though it's been slow to come back, sports are starting to come back, Craig.
Thank fucking God.
Seriously. God damn it.
I think we're really soon from hockey coming back, which is all I really give a shit about until football season.
Fuck yes. Absolutely. I'm with you. Hockey, even though baseball is coming back, they're not going to have fans in the stands, but...
yeah, that's going to be weird.
No. I mean, we did that fucking story about Japanese baseball the other day. That was... Come on, dude. Really? Fucking robots? Robots in the goddamn stadium? Come on.
Well, at least you know if we have robots here, people aren't going to try to... Well, people won't try to fuck them as much. Chinese businessmen are weird. I mean, Japanese businessmen are weird. I mean, you can come at me for that one, but they are.
Hey.
Right? They buy panties out of vending machines. They're fucking weird. They fuck those robots.
I will say this, though. If you've ever watched Westworld, Evan Rachel Wood, who plays the main character on Westworld, she's kind of hot. I will say that.
Is she a Japanese businessman?
If she was a robot, I'd probably try to fuck her.
Oh, all right. Well.
Allegedly, of course. Allegedly. But
robot.
Speaking of robots, we're getting out of robots. We're going back into sports. That's right.
Sports.
Oh, sports are back. Sports are back. I'm so excited. And of course, the only sports story to talk about right now, because it is 2020 and it is cancel culture running fucking wild. The Washington Redskins. Craig, they're changing their name.
Yeah, I mean, this one, I do get this one.
Yes.
Because, I mean, Redskin was a slur.
Yeah.
Right. So, but like
originally, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
But the thing that drove me nuts for years is that like now I've read stuff with actual Native Americans coming. I'm like, yeah, this is like mostly like with everything else. It's just it's middle class white people fucking beating their chest,
virtue signaling,
and then it's a bunch of then it's a bunch of white scumbags like it's not racist. And then whatever reason they give is inherently racist.
Yeah.
And it's just and it's like both of you shut the fuck up. I get that they're changing this, especially in the climate. And as I'm saying this, I realize that I'm looking across the table from you, and you're wearing a Florida Seminoles shirt, and I see the Indian logo right there. But yeah, this one I get, and this guy, the owner of this franchise, Dan Snyder, this guy is fucking tone deaf and clueless, and he has been.
Yes, he's a fucking moron. I mean, look at how he runs the team. You're a Giants fan. You're an NFC East guy, so
I am.
They are a rival for you. But remember when they were
rival
great?
True.
That's like the Jets and the Pats. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, they're the rivals. No, they're really not, because the Jets suck.
Right.
the Redskins suck.
Asshole. Like. He's just so tone deaf through this whole thing, and now I don't know what happened. I mean, he is a billionaire too, which those people are tone deaf to everything. But like this has been going on for at least 15 years, probably longer than that, really.
Yeah.
And you'd always have those fucking fat bearded losers who looked like Chicago guys, but they were Washington, the Hogettes, these dudes who would come in drag and dress like with pig masks and like, oh, you can't change the name of the team. Like, it's not
Jesus Christ.
It's not the Washington Pigs.
No.
Why do you care?
No, they're definitely
change the name of the team to the fucking Hogettes. Well, those fucking fat losers probably all had heart attacks and died years ago.
Good.
But they are changing the name of the team. And Mike came up with a list of top 10 team names that he wants to.
The reason we did that is because there's a story out there, because everybody's trying to come up with a cool nickname for the because since they're getting rid of the name and the logo.
I also have a couple after the top 10 that I think our fans will be into.
There is a guy, however, before we get into the list, there's a guy, his name is Philip Martin McCauley. He's the biggest Redskins fan in the world, apparently. This is a story on CNN. He holds multiple trademarks to potential Washington Redskins replacement names. So, like the Washington Warriors and the Red Wolves, the Red Tails, the Washington Veterans, and all this. He owns the trademarks to all of them.
What a piece of shit.
But the only reason he did it was because he said, he's like, I'm a huge Redskins fan, and I don't want somebody to come in and change the name.
But who the fuck? It's not like you change the name. It's not the team anymore. Like, what is it? Like, who the
what an asshole.
Call them the Washington big fucking floppy donkey dicks. Who cares? They suck, so it doesn't matter. They're at least 20 years away from a winning season.
Well, my favorite was his first choice. He even said this. He's like, he told CNN, my top choice for the new team name, despite all the ones that I've actually got trademarks on, the one that I would like to see them change it to if they had to is the Washington Pandas.
Because he knows that's going to go over well. This fucking guy.
The fucking Washington Pandas. What an idiot, Philip Martin McCauley. You should be our boner of the week.
That might be my pick for Sunday.
Might still hang on to that one for Sunday. But because they are going through a name crisis right now, Craig, we figured we would do our civic duty as major sports fans, as good human beings, clearly, that we would help them by giving them a list of names that they could potentially take and rename the team for. In fact, this is a segment that we may end up doing at some point here, sporadically throughout. We call it a top 10 countdown because nobody else is doing a top 10 countdown that I've heard of ever. ever.
Because if it was a list, you could get sued for that.
Yes. So this is going to be...
Letterman's on his fucking ranch in Montana. He doesn't give a shit, though. We'll do our own top 10 list.
That's right. This
Looks
is
like a fucking Unabomber now. Anyways,
he does with that fucking beard that stinks like shit, probably.
I love David Letterman. He's
yeah, I know. He is. He's great. But because we are going to take his little piece from him, this is going to be...
No, ours is completely different.
Completely different.
And not
at all.
upon by anything.
So this is going to be our contribution to the Washington Redskins, former Redskins. This is the top 10 potential names. This is the top 10 countdown, the best names that we can...
Countdown!
Why can't you just go fuck yourself?
Countdown! Countdown! All right, number 10. We are not trying to get sued. Number 10. The Washington Sentinels.
Yes.
Maybe we can have Keanu Reeves come out.
Yes.
And throw
the replacements.
The Joe Falco.
Was it Joe Falco? I thought it was
Joe Falco. Pretty sure it was Joe Falco.
It was Falco was definitely his last name. I don't know if it was
Shane
Joe.
Falco.
Shane Falco. That's what it was.
No, I'm thinking of Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
They're both of them are fucking replacements.
Both equally shitty. Yeah. Both equally untalented in the NFL.
This is very true. All right. Craig, what do we have for number 9?
Number 9, Mike had the Washington Caucasians. I've seen that shirt, and I love that shirt because it pisses, for whatever reason, it pisses off white people.
The Washington Caucasians.
There's that guy who walked, I think he was in New York City.
Yes.
And he was walking around, and like he apparently got death threats from white people for wearing the shirt, like clearly mocking, and it was just like a picture of just some cracker.
No, that was the Cleveland Indians shirt, and it's the Cleveland Indians, the Chief Wahoo,
which is
with white skin.
Undoubtedly the most racist logo in the history of sports. The fact that people are like, I know people mention that once in a while, but I'm like, that one is. His name is fucking Chief Wahoo.
Chief Wahoo.
He's got the like. That is insane. Yeah, I don't get that one.
No. I mean, that would be interesting. The Washington Whiteskins, although that could be considered offensive too, because they just
Nah, you can't be racist against white people, so it doesn't matter.
This is true. The fucking Whiteskins.
The Washington Honkies.
The Washington Honkies.
The Washington white people are pieces of shit, and that would go over very well in this climate. All white people are evil. Or the Washington White Devils. That's actually a really good one.
That's not bad. We should write that down. Write that down.
The Washington White Devils.
There it is. We'll send it in. All right. Number 8. The Washington Orange Men. Okay? Now, I know what you're thinking. Syracuse University, the Syracuse Orange Men. No. Washington Orange Men, because Donald Trump is an orange man. And he is in Washington.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
He is. He'd love it.
He's an orange, a red piece of shit.
Actual red or orange piece of shit.
So there we go. We could
that's a direct quote from our god, Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Shane.
Yes.
See, the way Shane and Matt worship Joe Rogan, we worship Shane and Matt.
That's right.
Our podcast.
Yes, we do. We look up to him. Craig, since the Washington Orangeman is number 8 on the list, that brings us to number 7.
I like how you made me say this one.
Yeah.
What
is number 7?
Washington Globalists.
The Washington Globalists.
And since the owner is one of the chosen people, that would make sense.
I figured that would be a good one. The Washington Globalists.
I actually have some stuff to say about that in my list. I've got a couple that flow into that category. We'll get into that in a minute.
All right. The Washington Globalists is number 7 on the list. Number 6, the Washington Karens. I mean, they play like fucking Sally's.
Dude, in my opinion, Karen is as bad as the N-word, is what most white people say. And those fucking people are stupid. And that one you probably couldn't get away with right now.
No.
Because if you did, those two people that were on all those memes now that had like they would be at the stadium and they would not be pleased.
This is true. And can you imagine the amount of suburban white women that aren't interested in football anyways that would be boycotting the Washington Terrans?
They'd be there in their pink Washington Redskins hats, demanding that the name was changed back.
Oh, this one.
And then they serve tuna fish sandwiches in the concession stand.
And pumpkin spice lattes, goddammit. Year round. All right, number 5, Craig.
I don't even get this one.
Well, you should, because they're an NFC East team, and they're kind of in the cellar of the NFC East. So I thought this one was a very, very clever one.
The Washington 3-13s.
You know the same record that the Giants have had the past couple of years?
Oh, Hardy fucking Har. How about the Washington 2-0s? Because that's the record that the Giants have against the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Ouch. Ouch.
Eli Manning's going to the Hall of Fame.
All right, I get it. So number 5 is the Washington 3-13s, or it could be the 2-14s, or it could be the 1-15s.
I thought that was,
or they could be the Cleveland Browns.
I thought that was going to be you doing like some really offensive, like the Washington 3/5 compromise, which as tone deaf as Dan Snyder is, I'm surprised he didn't float that name. I don't want me to change the name. Fuck him. I'll name the Washington 3/5 compromise.
The Washington Juneteenths.
Yeah, that one too.
There we go. We are definitely trying to get kicked off of Anchor.fm today.
Fuck them.
Hey, you heard the disclaimer at the top of the show. Craig, what do we got for number 4?
The Washington Fucksticks.
How do you think that would go over? The Washington Goodells, right? Because he is a fuckstick.
Yeah.
Can't stand Roger Goodell. All right.
Number 3?
Number 3, the Washington Foreskins.
I mean, yeah.
Chop, chop.
Again. No, that doesn't work because the guy is, he's a chosen person, so his foreskin's not there.
Okay. Craig, what did you have on your list before the foreskins? You had a few on your list.
Well, I'll get to those after.
You're going to get to those after? Gotcha.
Mine need a little bit of an intro just so I don't come off as like a total monster.
Okay.
But I will go to number 2 on your list.
Number 2.
The Washington Hard R's. And I do like that.
The Washington Hard R's.
That's funny.
Oh, man. And that city it was starting to burn down. And that is just, because you need the hard R's to help. And when I say hard R's, I mean rescue. Rescue. The hard R's.
Yeah.
Rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Essential workers.
Essential workers. Thank you.
That's what we meant by that.
Yes, that is exactly what we meant. All right.
You can't prove otherwise.
And that brings us to number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1 on our list, number 1 in our hearts. We mentioned it a little bit earlier in a different form, but I think this one might take the win. Although Washington Hard R's is a pretty good one. The Washington Saltines.
Otherwise known as... You guys get it.
You get it. So there we go. There's our top 10 potential names for the Washington Redskins today. We want to know what you guys think. Give us some feedback on that top 10 list. And Craig, you got some messages and everything like that. I
have a couple caveats to the list.
Yes.
I didn't make so much as a top 10 as I just was thinking about it. And this whole thing is Dan Snyder is such a tone-deaf piece of shit. Mm-hmm. I was thinking because they sent all these messages because of the climate that we're in.
Sure.
Because clearly Dan Snyder doesn't give a shit about what anyone thinks about the name of his team.
Right.
He would leave it the way he could. But I was like, what if he just went the other way? He's like, oh, wait, I am a billionaire. I don't give a fuck what any of these people think. And he's just like, I'm going to double down and make these the most horrible names I can think of. So that's kind of the direction I went.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I was like, okay, well, what about this? We'll change the name of the team to the Washington Ghosts.
The Washington Ghosts.
And the mascot will be you can figure that one out.
Do they now? What does the mascot look like?
It would look like a little ghost, but then he would have it as
But like
some
a
other
sheep? Like a sheep?
No. While
Okay.
it would be not that kind of, it wouldn't be a clan thing, but it's another name for a ghost that also starts with an S. Like, because Dan Snyder's a piece of shit, so I think he would do that.
Okay, I follow.
Or like, be fucking
A specter.
Yeah, sort of.
Ghosts, specters, and
very similar.
ghosts.
Yes. Or just like, it'd be like, we'll call him the Washington Firewater. You know, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then
one.
if Dan Snyder and it would not surprise me if he came out with this.
Okay.
The Washington, you know how there's the Utah Jazz?
Of course.
They were a team that moved from New Orleans because not known for jazz in Utah.
Right.
I was like, what if Dan Snyder...
they banned music.
What if Dan Snyder wanted to be a real asshole and he called the team the Washington Jazz Men? And there was a movie, The Jazz Man, with this guy named Al Jolson. It's pretty famous for a specific thing. And then he had this for their logo.
Oh, that is outstanding. That is outstanding.
And you guys can't see the logo. And I don't know if I want to put it up on social media.
We're not going to put it up on social media, but let's just say that. Let's just leave it at there have been several celebrities that have come out and said that they regret doing this as a form of acting.
Yeah, and also, if you people know what we're talking about, stop fucking doing that. It's just stop. It's not okay. But I was saying, Dan Snyder, such a piece of shit.
Yep.
He would probably think of doing something like that. Or maybe come out.
Would he invite Justin Trudeau to a game?
He might. Jimmy
Prime
Kimmel,
Minister
maybe
of Canada?
Jimmy Kimmel will be there doing some Charles Barkley.
Maybe
no, what is it? It was Charles Barkley. It was
no.
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Washington Jazz Man. Or I just thought if he was like, he just wanted to expose the whole cabal and be like the Washington Jews control the media because he is a Jew. And then the photo,
globalists.
The logo would just be him like doing double thumbs up or something. Anyways, fuck you, Dan Snyder.
Yes.
He might. We're joking here, folks.
Yes, relax.
But if he came out tomorrow and the team
we would not be
was
surprised.
The Washington Jazz Men and the logo that I showed Mike was their logo, it would be. It would be pretty fucking hilarious.
Yes.
It would be horrible. It would be horrible, but because it's so horrible, it would be funny.
I would just want to see the fallout. I just want to see what would happen. Shots fired.
Dan Snyder, I don't want any credit because I bet he already came up with that. Now he's going to try to pin it on me. Like, God, this kid with this great podcast with his friend. I mean, if he did, we'd probably get a bunch of views.
This is true. This is true.
But yeah.
And that's our list.
That's my name, Washington Jazzmen.
So there we go, guys. There we go. Washington, Dan Snyder, why don't you take into consideration some of these names? Fans of Washington, the Redskins, we would love to hear what you think. We want to know. You can send hate mail. You can send fan mail to GFY Social Club at gmail.com. I promise you I will check it and we'll read it on the air.
Yeah.
Feel free to leave your name, address, social security number
Any
with it.
information that we can dox you with after.
Yes, of course. We'll definitely.
Mother's maiden name, street you grew up on, first pet's name, anything like that.
Absolutely.
Last four of your social.
Yes.
Any of that shit.
Anything. And hopefully you don't have identity lock or whatever the hell it is that they have. But there it is. There it is, guys. That's our fucking big sports segment, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's it.
Yeah, and you know what? That's our show.
That's the show.
End on a bang. You always end with the raunchiest joke you got.
Yeah.
You end.
I feel like first time back in the studio, that was a banger.
Nailed it. We really thank Aaron.
I kind of wish Aaron had been. Aaron would have laughed his balls off at the Washington Jazzman, and he would have. Believe me, you listen to the podcast I did with him. Him and I had some. We towed the line a little bit. He's fucking wild. I mean, I'm white, so I can only say so much stuff. But
legally,
right? In the context of a joke,
yes.
You only say, but yeah, Aaron would have found that very funny.
Yes,
I stand by that.
Yes. Well, I'm sure he'll definitely hear the replay of this because it is streaming all over the place. So, yeah, man, that's our fucking show. Craig, that was a good one back, man. That was definitely a good one back.
This is probably my favorite one so far.
Yeah, dude, we've had a lot of fun. We've gone almost an hour and a half. Can you believe that?
Fuck
shit?
yeah,
Holy
man.
shit. Yeah, we started out. We're like, we're only gonna do about half an hour at a time, but it's just morphed into this, and it's just
it's hard to condense everything down to a half hour.
It is.
You know, we've been friends for a while, so when we fucking go in on something, we
go all out, man. Fuck yes.
And we had our good friend Aaron on here, and again, I know we kind of been pushing it, but that's kind of the whole point of having him on is you guys need to listen to that podcast.
We agree.
Aaron Cheatham, Chad Fisher, Gray Area Podcast. Please go check that out as soon as it drops. And as soon as we have information on when it drops, we will drop it to you guys. Those guys are hilarious, nicest dudes. So go check them out.
You guys are going to love that podcast. As far as ours, man, we got some new segments that, like I said, we're continuing to add. We've been in the workshop here trying to figure out what we're going to add to the show, what we're going to do with it.
Working on new stuff, working on new guests.
Yep. We have a correspondent that's going to be coming on staff here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into that right now. We'll get into that later, but it's
going to be good.
Yes, but because we do have a new correspondent, that means it's somebody else that's going to be on the payroll. And when I say payroll, I use that term very loosely. But because I'm using that term loosely, that means contributions are greatly appreciated. Yeah, if you want to contribute to the show, you can find the link right there on anchor.fm on our show page and Spotify pages. I mean, you can contribute. I mean, it doesn't have to be a major contribution. It can be anything from a one-time contribution, 99 cents a month. It can be up to $10 a month. Every little bit's going to help us out.
Guys, we're blowing it up on Patreon, making Cumtown numbers. You guys can say we contributed first.
Yes, fucking A, man. Hell yes.
We're pulling down $50K a month, like Nick Mullen and the boys.
Don't we wish?
You guys will be like, I was the first one there.
Yeah.
And then we'll send you a T-shirt or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll make you part of the club permanently. Maybe you get to come here and... No, we don't want that. Never mind.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No, fuck that. Yeah, you'll get a T-shirt. Maybe a mug. So anyways, but Monday's show is actually shaping up to be pretty good. Possibly going to have another guest in the studio on Monday.
Yep.
And of course, we got, like I said, we just talked about it, continued improvements of the show, so much more. A lot of guests that we're signing up for over the next couple of 2-3 weeks.
We're starting to get the hang of this, guys, so bear with us, and it's just going to get better.
Yes,
it's only going to get better.
Absolutely. We're still hovering around 400 likes, so we do want to, if you do like the show,
trying to get up in the 4 digits, baby.
Yes,
we want
come on.
1,000.
We're hovering. Yeah, we want to get into the fucking 4 digits, absolutely. But we'll take one thing at a time. If you like the show, always.
We're not going anywhere, so you might as well just listen to us.
Absolutely. If you like the show, we always encourage you, hit that thumbs up, hit the like, hit the follow, find us on social media, follow, subscribe.
Listen.
Yes. We're on all kinds of stuff. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays. And Craig, we're going to be back here on Monday night, man.
Sure will be.
Fuck yes. So stick around with us, hang out with us, come #join the club at GFY Social Club. We'll see you again on Monday nights. Thank you for joining us for episode 11. We'll be back with episode 12.
Bye-bye.